fun. I love just having the conversations and the laughing, and that's how we build community.
Yes.
That is how we build community. So let's open up with one people, Barb.
Yes, that's easy to do.
Would you mind leading, please? I just had a sneeze and it's not going well.
Can you see that? It's up. Can you see it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. We are one people, one strong
One strong heartbeat,
just
just
one
one
spirit shining
spirit.
bright within us all. We are part of one another, born to love
Born
each
to
other.
love
When it's all said and done, we are
we
one.
are
Put your
one.
hands together. We are one people, one
One
strong
strong
heartbeat,
heartbeat,
just one
just one
spirit
spirit.
shining bright within us all. We are part of one another, born to love
Born to
each other.
love.
When it's all said and done, we are one. When it's all said and done, we
We
are one.
One.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh, yes, we are one. And every time I connect with, oh,
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 what's happening?
what? How's that?
That's
Is it
better.
me? Is it me?
Check one, check one.
Check,
I'll
check.
mute.
Whoa.
Is it your second phone, Lamac? Your second spot?
Hello, 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 hello. Oh,
There's,
yeah, you've got
It's
two
gone.
going on here.
It's
Barb,
gone.
you can mute that second one.
yeah, got it.
Hi, is that help? Is that better? Is that better? Is that better? I don't hear it anymore.
Okay.
Oh, whew. There, now we're awake. Yeah. Nothing like a little feedback to spark you all up. Welcome. Thank you for coming. Pat, you're joining us again?
I'm seeing
Everybody
what it
wants
looks
to.
like on my phone.
Oh, I see. Okay. We'll let you. Huh, I love the community that we're sharing together and building together. And we know that CSL Kenya is a growing, expanding idea in the mind of God. And it takes all of us and all our reinforcements and our connections. And, you know, always know that we are connected, whether we are doing this on virtually or on the phone or just being in our own spaces wherever we are always connected. Barb and I and the teachers, the board of Kenya, honestly, it's our favorite thing to do is to be with the Kenyans and being with them in whatever way possible. So thank you for coming today. It's wonderful to have Christopher on today because I know you're all the way from Kisumu, and I love that you got some connection there. So this is what I'm going to assign everyone to hold in mind, that there is always a flow of power, a connected internet, and that all our virtual meetings are never disrupted. It's all in flow and allowing God's work to happen, because this is God's work. Barb, is there anything you want to jump in and out about?
I thank you for saying that, Reverend Gwen. I love that we are always connected, and I know that there is never a space in between us. And one of my most favorite things is coming on early and sharing with those people who come on. It's a different, intimate conversation. There's laughter. It's unbridled. And so I love that we're all connected. And as we're heading into a whole new season of life and love and sharing, and I'm really excited about Froggy Fridays. I look forward to it so much. Remembering it is the full realization of God representing as each of us, out picturing by our names.
Yes. And we are going into a season. Coming up is the season of winter. Our solstice is coming up in December, and it's a time of slowing down and reflection in our country. I'm not sure what happens in Kenya because you're at the different spots, different parts of the equator. So, hi, Dan, welcome. Good to see you.
Lady T is with us.
And Lady T, you can always unmute and say hi. Oh, Pat has to show the snow too. We're having snow, everyone.
Nice to
This
see
is our
you.
season of white stuff. Emma, hi. This is great. This is
Hey
great.
everybody, this is Lady T saying hi.
Hello, Lady T.
Hey,
Welcome.
thank you.
Emma, how are you? Nope. You can unmute. Okay.
Hi.
Yeah. Oh, there you are. Hi.
Yeah. How are
Hello.
you?
How are you?
Good to see you all.
And you, sister, and you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Enjoy. Well, if we get quite a group, we're going to have a little more discussion later. Dan, you're looking dapper. How are you? Oh, unmute.
Oh, I'm saying I'm very good. It's been a while. Nice to see you.
This is my microphone.
Oh, okay, I know.
This is our signal when we can't
This is
hear
our
you.
signal.
Oh my.
This is when you sing in the shower. It's a soap.
I know, I know. Nice to see you. It's been a while.
It's been too long, brother. It's been too long. Nice to see you.
No, nice to see you too. How are you, Reverend Barbara?
My life is blessed, baby. My life is blessed. I live a blessed and blissful life. We've had a
Wonderful.
flood in our home this week, but I'm looking at all of the little treasures along the way. So it's been a little disruptive, but we're good. We're solid. Thank you for
Good.
asking.
Wonderful. Thank you. Nice to see you, and I'm glad to be here. Looking forward to enjoy this coming together.
Excellent. Okay. So we have some announcements. We've got a Christmas Day service planned. Reverend Eileen Barnell is going to, because Christmas is falling on a Friday and it's a Froggy Friday, and she is consented to be the minister of the day. So if you're free to join her on Christmas Day, she would love to have you.
Which would be
I
Christmas
know-
for you.
Yeah, she'll have it'll be great. Actually, what do people do in Kenya for Christmas? Is it Christmas Day you celebrate or is it Christmas Eve?
I think it's both.
Oh,
People go to church.
Good.
Some people go to church at night, and then the following day, they either go to a morning church service, and then they have the rest of the day spending together with their families. And most people visit each other during Christmas as well. So yeah.
Okay. Is it about the same for everybody else?
Yeah,
it varies.
Christmas used to be a time when we would go up country and visit the grandparents. But I guess this year most of us will be in Nairobi, self-isolating with a small group. But
Okay.
Kenyans always celebrate every festivity, so
Oh, good. Good.
yeah.
Okay. So some people might be more likely to be around on Christmas Day and maybe can join in on the Christmas Froggy Friday. Okay. Excellent.
It's going to be nice.
Pardon me?
It's going to be nice.
It's going to be good. Yes. Barb, I'm going to ask you to tell our beautiful people about Taizé service.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. So Reverend Gwen and I and other little Santa helpers, and we don't have an exact date, but it will be probably December 30th, 31st, or January 1st, are going to have what we call a Taizé service. So a Taizé service is a reflective, meditative service, and it also includes readings and or poems and music. So Gwen and I are also going to reach out to a couple of our regulars. I see you there to do some readings for us in that service. Do you remember at the conference when all of the musicians were on the stage and we had a group of people who did some music, then we did some reading, then we did some meditation and quiet time? Do you remember that moment on the stage? It was very deep and contemplative. We're going to do that as well as combine it with the burning bowl. Reverend Connie, it was very important for her to, and we were just sharing this with Lamech, to release the old. And what a year it's been to release the old, right? And usher in the new with such profound gratitude and great expectation and anticipation of the good that is ours to receive. So we'll keep you posted on those dates. We haven't exactly found a date yet, but it will be a representation of Froggy Friday on a day, and we will give you lots of notice. So we've got Christmas, Froggy Friday, and then we've got the Taizé as we head into the new year. So there's things to look forward to. Gwen.
I did it. And almost as important as the birth of Christ celebration is Barb Samuel's birthday. I want you all to know because, like Barb, we don't. She's concerned that we would miss out on her birthday and we would feel bad. And I don't want anybody to feel bad. It is this Monday, November 16th. So let's just praise her and wish her the happiest of days.
Almost as important as the birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
So everyone here is going to call her and sing to her. And
well, that's what happens on your 25th birthday. You know, when you're 25, everybody reaches out to you.
Because 25 years old is important.
Go on, girl.
Oh, we digress. I had to throw that in there because our Barb is special. Oh, so everyone, I have actually been reflecting on life. And speaking of birthdays, they're a part of life, right? But I'll wake up in the morning and I have that quiet time, just as I'm waking up and starting to wiggle my toes and my fingers, and I start to just feel grateful for the warm bed, the comfortable bed, my surroundings, all my gifts and treasures in the world, and I just start making this inventory of gratitude, and that's how I wake up. And then I realize as I'm laying there, my life is this life that's me, that's Gwen, is happening. Even if I just lie there still, I'm still breathing. My heart's still pumping. I am alive on this earth plane, even if I'm just still. Life's happening. Now, this doesn't really sound too deep, but it just made me realize that this is my life and this is my thing to do. And by having a spiritual practice of gratitude, meditation, journaling, treatments, my life is more grounded and aligned with more joy and abundance and love and harmony than it ever was before I had this spiritual practice. It's aligning me with that oneness of God, with that oneness of life. And then I realized my life is not my own. My life is, if it's in this oneness, is God's life, is life as spirit. And it is on this shared adventure of my own self-discovery and to awaken and to be aware and discover God's truth as me. In class right now, when we're teaching, we're talking about uncovering hidden beliefs, and we're becoming more aware of how we talk to ourselves. And I really want to, make this an invitation to be curious about that and to really find out what's going on. And I know that it's been very insightful for the students and me as well. This helps us make some corrections in our thinking, especially if it's stinking thinking. If it's something that just isn't aligned. I honestly, it might not be a positive thing, it might be a negative thing. And the stinking thinking is that negative tendency. So it helps to understand where some of these cobwebs need to be dusted out and cleared out. Barb, can I have that one slide with the quotes, please?
Yes, of course.
I was looking at the book, The Power of Decision. I don't know if it's in our library or not, but it's by Raymond Charles Barker, and I have these two quotes from him. He says, "I often ask, will my decisions today be based on today's experiences, guided by wisdom of the past, or will they be determined only by my past memory patterns?" Patterns. I thought that was a great word. We get into these habits and patterns, and we fall into things that are maybe habitual or in the name of tradition, and we don't question them or look at them, and then we just keep on repeating them, because that's what a pattern is. It's repetitive. So then he goes on to say, usually it is so camouflaged, these hidden beliefs, these hidden patterns, that it's so camouflaged in the subconscious that the individual is completely unaware. And that's why we do these exercises in class, is to uncover some of these things. And we may not have to completely get rid of some hidden beliefs, but we may need to shift them now because we're in a different evolutionary path or level of awakening in our life. I got a story for you. There's a woman who was getting ready for dinner, and she was preparing a roast. So she was slicing off both ends of the roast. She seasoned it, and she put it into the roaster and into the oven to cook. Her daughter, who was about 12 years old, started questioning her, like, why would you cut the ends of the roast off? It looked perfectly fine. And the mother said, well, it's traditional. My mother did it, and my grandmother did it. And that's just the way you cook a roast. So the 12-year-old wasn't completely satisfied with that answer, but she let it go for now. And that night, it was a family dinner, and Grandma and Grandpa were coming to eat with them, and Uncle Harry was bringing Great Grandma too. So once Grandma arrived, the little girl went to her and asked her, Grandma, when you cook a roast, why do you cut the ends off each end before cooking it? And the grandma's answer was, well, my mother did it, and that's how you cook a roast. Well, the little girl still was not satisfied with that answer. So finally, Great Grandma arrives, and once she got settled, the little girl approached her and said to her, Great Grandma, why, when you cook a roast, do you cut the ends off each side? And Great Grandma was struggling to remember. Her cooking years had long faded, but Grandma overheard, and she reminded her mother about how she taught her to cook a roast. She goes, Mama, don't you remember? You sliced each end, seasoned it, and put it into that round enamel roasting pan with a lid. Oh, said Great Grandma, I do start to remember. Yes, I had to cut each end off the roast, otherwise it wouldn't fit into the pan. You see, that was passed on, and it just became accepted, and it was never questioned until one curious little mind started to question it and uncover the truth behind it. It just goes to show you that sometimes it's not just traditions in the family, it's habits. Well, to be curious about our thinking and our thinking patterns brings up things that we need to sort of examine and change, or maybe let it go, or never use it again. I don't know. But I know that life is happening anyways. Don't we want to use it intentionally and creatively? And Charles Barker talks about the curious mind is more creative than the stagnant mind. Well, that makes perfect sense, does it not? Ernest Holmes says repeatedly, over and over again, in his writings, in his speeches, he said, there is a power in the universe that is mine and yours to use. And if we don't use it with intention, life just happens. It just keeps rolling along. Do we want to use it intentionally, or do we want to use it passively? That's our choice. That's our own personal choice. And a big part of why we find it necessary to look and uncover these belief systems is because sometimes those are the things that are happening. Well, most of the time. That's the system that's happening and showing up in our life, not the thing that we're desiring. So it becomes this curious observatory thing, not to be hard on yourself, not to think that you were negligent or stupid or lazy in looking and examining at these things. It's never about that. It's about having a look, being the observer of your own life, and then changing it as to how you really want it to look. Some of these old habits, these old beliefs, these old patterns may be a little bit challenging to change, and it may be a little disruptive in your life, especially for people around you as you change. But know and fortify yourself with the fact that this is your life. What are you doing with it? I know that time, in my reflection, I just realized how fast time is going by, and each and every day is an important time gift to us. So we need to say, what do we want to do with it? When I look back, I see a lot of the majority of my life was actually quite passively lived, because I just was not consciously aware of my creative ability. There are very key times, though, when I know that I intentionally set out and did things. There was a time when I lived in another province in Canada, and my husband and I made the decision, a decisive decision, that we were going to move to where we are now. No idea how it was going to exactly work. We just had that intention. And we also moved our young family, 3 small children, and we had no promise of work or hours or pay. And for the first month, we had to live in a hotel. But we did it anyways. There was something that was compelling us to go forward with it. And honestly, when I look back, the steps that we took to get here, all the things that had to be done to get here, just fell in perfect alignment. But now what I realized was we made a decisive decision and we moved forward with it. There was another time in my life that I remember distinctly that I applied for a job. The odds for me getting this job were almost nil. They were definitely not in my favor at all. But I was doing it anyways. And I remember, I can see my hand still handing in that resume and that application for that job. And in that distinct moment, I was so present, and I remember knowing, that deep, visceral knowing that it was mine. That job was mine. And you know what? It was. I got it. So these are moments that are blazed in my memory, empowering moments. But it was long before I ever learned anything about the creative process. So now I understand why they're pivotal in my life. They were done with intentions. They were doubt free. I was worry free. And I activated that creative process with decisive decision. Charles Barker says, every important event in your life has taken place because of a decision made by you or someone else. Review some of these important times in your experience, and you will find the truth of my statement. No great event happens by chance. It is caused by a decisive thinking of a person or persons. A decision alerts the subconsciousness energies that a sound and solid idea has been accepted by the conscious mind. That seed has been planted. And upon acceptance, the law of consciousness acts and a new event or situation has been born. Yes. He also goes on to say, indecision is actually the individual's decision to fail. Huh. Interesting. When people have been indecisive all their lives, they're actually trying to please others. Interesting concept. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do we want to do with our life? I know, going back, life's moving on. Life's happening. I know that it's passing by. And as I reflect on the time moving, when I see things happening, like Barb and I accepted this position to be co-spiritual leaders for Kenya, how many months ago? End of June, beginning of July. And it's blown us away how fast that time has gone by. And we've been engaged and we've been active, and it's been a joyous passing of time. Honestly, it's been our heart. But it's, again, how much time has passed by? How long has the pandemic been engaged in involving the whole world? I was talking with a friend of mine the other day, and she was telling me stories about her grandchildren, and I figured they were about 4 and 6 years old. No, they're 6 and 9. And I went, how is that possible? So I know there is no time and space in God, but time does pass by. And when it comes to our life, we've got to make it happen. I know there's been many times I've just pulled the covers over my head, and I don't want life happening right now. I just want to curl up in a ball. But what you got to know, life's happening whether you're under that blanket or on top of that blanket. I have got this really incredible author. Her name is Tama Keyes. There you go, Patrick. Can you see that? I know you like books. And she talks in such a juicy language. She says, glorious choices come from conscious choices. Remember, the autopilot is a kamikaze pilot. When it sees the possibility of moving into a new territory or a greater love, it dives into paralysis of the docile. Who wants to be docile? It protects the status quo. So you go into that paralysis and the status quo stays the same. You don't get to move into a new adventure or a new experience in your life. You don't attempt to step into a new loving relationship. You don't create. You don't do something for your health or experience new health. You dive into that paralysis of a docile. It protects the status quo. It is the guardian of habit or old patterns, right? Autopilot will never elevate you. Autopilot will never help you soar.
Ooh.
I know. Isn't she juicy talker? I love what she's doing. So yes, we talked about this earlier, Mila Mac. This is a brand new baby day. Life is happening. It's happening all around you. It's happening within you. So I want to invite everyone to be curious, to be adventurous, to make some juicy, glorious decisions and make this brand new baby day yours. Woo! Namaste. Asante Sana. Thank you, God.
Feel that with
Thank
a
you,
tree.
God. Woo!
You want to seal that with a treatment, Gwen?
Yes, Barbara, I would love that if you would bring us into treatment.
Yeah, so in that place of juicy expression, of juicy acceptance, I smile as our connection is one that brings us closer and closer to that thing which is God itself. I know that this day is a day that is purposeful. This Froggy Friday touches hearts, it moves lives. I am sparked by the curiosity and the realization that we are here on purpose as spirit has its way in, through, around, as, and for us. This is a day that we rejoice with the juicy expectation of goodness. I know that this is a day that we revel in community, that we laugh together, that we breathe together, that the heartbeat is the one of spirit that is everywhere present. I know this with certainty. I am so deeply grateful for Reverend Gwen's beautiful wisdom that she is willing to share, and for each person on this Zoom platform right here, right now, today, with a great expectation that we leave this day and go forth into our life with a joyous spring forward, that everything is purposeful, that we no longer fall into lackadaisical feelings of existence, that we are moving ourselves, springboarding, falling, floating, diving into the essence of spirit. I am so deeply, profoundly grateful for knowing this to be the truth, accepting it as the truth, expecting it as my truth. I let it go, I let it be, and so it is.
Yes, so it is. So it is.
And so it is.
It's
I just want to go around real quick. Everybody unmute. I'll ask everybody. I want you to give one word of intention. Now I know it's your night, but one word of intention to start your day tomorrow. Lamek, you're up.
Successful.
Successful. Dan.
peace.
Peace. Pat.
Joyful.
Lots of joyful. Patrick.
Soaring.
Say again?
Flying, soaring.
Soaring.
Soaring. Okay. Christopher.
Harmony.
Harmony. Excellent.
Yeah.
Lady T.
Focused.
Focused. Okay. Barbara.
Focused.
Acceptance.
Okay. Emma. What's your
Guidance.
word? Say it again.
Guidance.
Guidance. Ah, okay. Mine is joy. Mine is joy. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to I'll get Barb to bring up the affirmations. We're going to say them together. Yes. Okay. Today, I see only opportunities for growth.
Today, I see only
Opportunities for growth.
I am grateful for this day that is mine to live out loud.
I am grateful.
For this day.
Mind road.
Yes. I am awake, tapped in, tuned in to life itself.
I am awake.
Active.
Tuned. Well,
And I am soaring. And so it is.
So real.
Have you ever watched a bird just play in the thermals? I mean, can't you just see yourselves just, and then you build it up and you go up higher and higher and you have the whole world looking perspective. A beautiful image.
It has happened to me. It happened to me once in a while in a dream.
Once in a while you do.
Once in a while in a dream, yeah, I fly. I see myself flying and soaring.
Yes, yes. I jumped off a cliff one time with a parachute, and I played in the thermals. I did. It's called parasailing and paragliding. Sorry, and it was amazing. And you got to see everything, and cars looked like little ants, and it was just a beautiful experience. Very freeing.
Yes. Yeah.
That's what it is. It's freedom, right?
I have glided over the ocean on one of those parachutes that get pulled by the boat.
Mhm.
And I agree with you. It was so peaceful. It was so calming. And to see nature beneath us in the sea that you can't see just by looking from this perspective, but by looking down, it's a whole other world of perspective. And it was so, the sounds were very different, and it was very, very beautiful. Gentle, gentle, gentle. That's what I love about it.
Yeah, yeah. There was a quietness and a hush that was beautiful, very beautiful.
Patrick, you don't know this, but on my back I have a tattoo, and it says "Soar like an eagle." It says it says faith, hope, compassion, and soar like an eagle.
Okay,
And
that's
I
nice.
always felt that I am soaring and soaring like an eagle. And if I forget, I have it literally written on my body.
So there's
That's
a beautiful
interesting.
image of an eagle just spread the wings and just playing in the thermals and playing, and think about the trust. Um, that trust that the wind will hold him, and if it doesn't, he knows what to do. It's just so automatic. An eagle knows how to be an eagle.
Yeah. And the power that they are. Like
Mhm.
they look like they're surfing and just kind of gently soaring, which they are, but their power it takes for them to withstand the opposition of the winds to hold them there. So they're holding themselves against the current of the wind to soar. They're very powerful.
Yes.
And they mate for life. They mate for life. That was also intriguing to me.
Symbolically, I've always felt like the eagle was one of my kind of guiding animals, and I have two of them in a tree just down the road a little ways, and I always look for them. And sometimes it's one, sometimes it's two. But you're right, Barb. They're a couple, and they've got their nest there, and they're hanging out for the winter. And they're an inspiration for me. They actually are. Just to see them can lift me out of a blah mood, or it's inspiring. Is there anything that somebody wants to contribute? We're open to it. Because we are alive with the Spirit of God right here and right now.
Okay, I got you. There you are.
Okay, Barb, I'm going to get you to lead again. Please.
I am alive with the Spirit of God. I am alive with the Spirit of God. I am alive with the Spirit of God. I am alive, y'all. Alive with the Spirit of God. Well, I soar with the Spirit of God. Yes, I soar with the Spirit of God. Oh, yes, I soar with the Spirit of God. I said I soar, y'all. I soar with the Spirit of God.
Good job. Good job. Spontaneous lyrics. So this brings us to the close. Thank you, community. I love our sharing. I love our being together. Let's just do this. Put your hands to the sides of your screens. And then it looks like we're holding hands. There we go.
I love us, I love us, I love us.
Yes, praise. Yoo-hoo.
Our next Froggy Friday is Friday, November 26th.
27th?
Friends about Froggy Friday, and that we'll have a Christmas Froggy Friday, and that we'll be doing a Taizé service. And just when you come to do the Taizé service, it's just going to be a beautiful receiving moment. It's going to be beautiful, magnificent, to set our intentions for the year, to let go of the old and usher in the new.
Mm.
You guys sing the song, should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot in days of old lang syne? Do you know this song? For
Yes.
old lang syne, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for days of old lang syne.
That's our New Year's Eve last song of the year.
Beautiful song.
I love us so much. I'm going to stop recording. Abundant peace and blessings, everyone. Have an incredible week. Thanks for the birthday, love, and I'll see you. Reverend Pat for always being there.
Yes.
I love us so much.
Grateful that you showed. Thank you for being here. Thank you.